Good afternoon, everyone. This should cover us for most of, I think, the week. We've got 30 lines. So, starting off at me tum primum. It's quite famous because this is the bit where he thinks about killing, Helen. Good essay question, I think, is actually why do you think that people have refused to believe that Virgil could have written this? I suppose, what does that say? I'm actually more interested. I'm not so interested in whether or not Virgil wrote it so much as why do people think that Virgil couldn't have written it, quite apart from the linguistic features, which we will talk about in class. At me, then first, at primum, then first, Cybus, a savage horror, circumstetit, surrounded me, at me circumstetit, obstipui, I stood fast. Subit cari imago, the image of my father. Interesting, if you remember in the practice exam, I was talking about the question of what was it? Visions and things like that. I wondered whether this might be one that you could talk about. And the image of my dear father, of my cari genitoris, the image of my dear father came to me. Again, a little bit like Achilles and Priam. Achilles thinking of his own father, and the image of my dear father came to me. Ut, when I when I saw the king, exhalantem, similar in age, aequacum, similar in age, when I looked and when I saw the king, aequacum, similar in age, breathing out his life, gasping out his life under a crudeli vulnere, under a cruel wound. Again, the idea of Troy now moving over to the more individual, I suppose, family notions of thoughts. Poor Creusa, deserted Creusa, forlorn, I've read before, forlorn Creusa, rose up, subit, and along with the ransacked house, Direpta Domus, and the fate of little Jullus. Again, Jullus Ascanius. Ascanius is name changing to Jullus because, as Peter Jones talks about, it links, I suppose, the past as in Ilium, Troy, to also the future Julian family, and the fate of poor little Jullus. I look back, respicio lustro. I look back and I see all the forces around me. Respicio. I look back and I lustro and I gaze on all of the on what forces surround me. Lots of historic infinitives, descriptives there. Everyone, defesi, exhausted, has deserted me, and they have misere flung, they have thrown their bodies to the ground, or they have given themselves aigra helplessly to the flames. Again, this is not meant to be critical. This is meant to be, I suppose, just descriptive and sad and filled with pathos. And now I was left alone, adeo super unus eram, when I when I caught sight of the daughter of Tyndareus, Tyndarida, which we've got there is obviously Helen. When I caught sight of the daughter of Tyndareus, sheltering in the Limina, in the shrine of Vesta, and silently, tacitam, latentem, silently hiding on her, in her hidden seat, hidden throne, however we want to translate. Dant, the bright fires in Kendia. So the fires gave a bright light to me, wandering, to me erranti, wandering, and casting my eyes everywhere. So the fires gave a nice light, darkness here. The fires gave a bright light to me, wandering passimque here and there, and casting my eyes over everything. Illa, that woman, she. Notice we have to go down almost on jambement prime twins. She, fearing the anger of the Trojans against her. Illa, she, fearing the the Trojan anger against her on account of the the overthrow on account of Pergamum, Pergama, on account of Pergamum being overthrown, and the vengeance, poinan, the vengeance of the Greeks, and the anger of her deserted husband. The Aeneid, the fate. The downfall, communists together, of Troy and of her own fatherland, Abdiderat, had hidden herself, and she was crouching, Sedebat, like the allusions here, and she was crouching, awful, in Visa, hateful one, and she, hateful, was crouching by the altars. Fire blazed up in my heart, ignes exarcere, fire blazed up in my animo, in my heart. Anger, notice these words, fire, anger words, look for them here for how Aeneas has got to change during book 2. Fire blazed up in my heart. An angry desire, ira, an angry desire to take vengeance on my ruined country, rose up, an anger rose up to take vengeance for my country lying in ruins, and to exact a penalty for her crimes, and to sumere, and to exact a penalty for her crimes. Skikit. Clearly, this woman might look incolumis, unharmed, upon Sparta and her, don't forget Sparta, her home city, the king of Menelaus, king of Sparta, and her Patrias and her native Mycenae. Will she? So is this woman going to, unharmed, gaze upon Sparta and her native Mycenae? Agamemnon, king of Iceni, will she go as a queen? Will she go, Regina, as a queen in the triumph that she has won? Is she to see, will she see, videbit, will she see a husband and a home? Her parents and her children, accompanied by a retinue of Trojan women and of Phrygian captives. Did Priamus, notice the emphatic position of Okidalit, Priamus at the end of the sentence, did Priam fall to the sword for this? For this did Troy burn, has Troy burnt in flames for this? Did the Trojan, did the Dardan shore so often, did the shore of the Trojans, of the Dardanians, was it so often drenched in blood? Non ita, not like this. For, although there is no glory, namque, for although there is no famous name, for although there is no glory in a woman's punishment, and this victory has no praise, still I will win laudabor, still I will be praised, still I will be praised for having extinguished such villainy. Still, tamen, I will be praised for having extinguished such a crime, and to have taken a fitting justice. and exacting just recompense, punishment. Juvabit, it will be pleasing to have nice line here for his furor. It will please me to have explesse, to have filled my heart with the flame of revenge, and to have satiasse, and to have satisfied the ashes of my people. Last sentence, which isn't on this page, I'm sorry. How foolish I am. I wonder if I can make it slightly smaller. I can. Oh no, but I haven't got it at the bottom. You'll just have to look at your own translations. These words, such things, was I throwing out, blurting out, and with a frenzied mind, I was carried on. Okay, very well done, everyone. I will see you in 1 minute for our lesson. Thanks.